You know, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not sold entirely on 3D technology just yet. The content ecosystem is still being created, but that's not stopping manufacturers like HTC and LG from coming up with some awesome 3D devices. Here it is, the LG Optimus 3D, a dual-core device from LG. Now, it's not available in the States just yet, but it's coming to AT&T as the LG Thrill 4G, so we're going to see it shortly. But here it is, the unlocked European version in the Phone Dog Labs. Now, specs include 1 GHz Texas Instruments dual-core OMAP processor. So if you think about it, that brings up all the processor companies up to dual-core with Snapdragons, Texas Instruments, OMAP, Samsung processors, and of course NVIDIA Tegra 2. So we've got all these dual-core stuff, dual-core processors coming out as well. So this has Android 2.2, 3D technology. You do not need the glasses. It's a stereoscopic 4.3-inch display, dual 5-megapixel cameras for capturing 3D content, YouTube 3D, HDMI port, and more. Now, is this a device for you? Well, we'll take a look at it and try and figure that out at least a little bit in the unboxing. But first, special thanks to our friends at Best Buy. They're not hooking us up with these since they're not in the States yet. They are hooking us up with a bunch of phones for use in our One Paw Bandit game. So when you go into Best Buy Mobile, you walk out working. They'll help you set up any phone you get from them. They'll make sure you're taken care of. So when you walk out, you can play with that new toy without having to set anything up. Enough of that. Let's get into it. LG Optimus 3D. Is this the device you're waiting for? Or are you waiting for something else? Let me know in the comments, but in the meantime, let's go unbox it. We first saw this sucker back at Mobile World Congress back in February in Barcelona. It's LG's first 3D device, and the benefit of this device, you don't need glasses to view the 3D content. It has a stereoscopic 4.3-inch display, so basically as long as you hold the display the right way and hold it at the right angle, you don't need the glasses. I mean, I guess you could still wear 3D glasses if you really wanted to, but you'd kind of look like a loser. Or maybe not. Maybe you could start in a new trend. And maybe that'd be the cool thing that all the cool kids do. But anyway, not available in the United States just yet. Coming to AT&T later in the year, or later in the month rather, as the LG Thrill 4G. So or this month, next month, sometime soon. It just passed through the FCC, so I imagine it's coming pretty soon. But anyway, 1 GHz dual-core Texas Instruments OMAP processor. So Texas Instruments finally in the dual-core game, and they join NVIDIA with the Tegra 2. They join Motorola or Snapdragon, Qualcomm with the Snapdragon dual-core chipset, and Samsung with their Exynos dual-core stuff as well. So finally joining the dual-core ranks. Android 2.2 on this. It does have LG's custom user interface. I'm assuming that's coming to the AT&T version as well. No word on that just yet, though. Glasses-free 3D. Say that 3 times fast. Glasses-free 3D. 5-megapixel dual camera. Now the 5-megapixel camera shoots in 1080p for 2D and then 720p for 3D. So depending on what content type you're shooting, and this does have YouTube 3D capabilities, as we saw at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. 4.3-inch display, LCD display. It has an HDMI port and more. So let's take a look at this bad boy. Like I said, 4.3-inch display, which is nice. So here it is. And it looks kind of similar to the LG Revolution, but it feels better. You know, I'm sure obviously you can't tell by the camera, but it feels much better in the hand than the LG Revolution does. It feels less plasticky, and the build quality just feels much better to me. Get all these stickers off for you so we can get an up-close look at it. And okay, good, I got that sticker off. Get these green ones off. And it's a good-looking device. It actually is much nicer than the LG Revolution. I mean, I don't mean to down the Revolution, but it does have a better feel to it. Actually, I have the Revolution over here. Let me show you the difference. You can just see it has a better feel to me than the LG Revolution, although that bottom kind of panel there looks pretty similar to what you see on it. It's a little bit thinner. Volume rocker on the right side, 3D button, 3D shortcut button on the right, 3.5mm headphone jack and power button up there on the top, and then your HDMI port and your micro USB charging port over here covered by flaps. Now on the back you have stereoscopic cameras. You have 2 5-megapixel cameras for shooting 3D content. Again, you can shoot videos in 720p max, and then shooting regular 2D videos you can shoot at 1080p. So keep it locked in the site. We're going to do, I'm sure, a 1080p, well not I'm sure, we are going to do it, a 1080p video sample, and that'll go up on the site shortly. So we'll power that up, and while we're powering it up, let's see what comes in the box. Simple manual LG P920. FCC SAR information, English, guides for safe and efficient use, and then we'll open it up, and you see this massive European adapter. This is the European version, obviously, so it comes with the European adapter, the little Euro 2-pronged adapter we all know and love, or maybe you hate it, but I like it. I think it's kind of useful. There's the USB, and then you have your headset here as well. And this is a pretty nice headset. Usually they bundle these kind of cheap headsets. Not to say that this is, you know, premium by any means, but it's nice to have those in-ear earbuds as opposed to just the kind of cheap earbuds that we see so often on these devices. Then, of course, the typical LG USB data cable, which doubles up as the cord, and you can plug it in. Well, I can't plug it in the States, obviously, but you can plug in the AC adapter there and be in business with a charger. So you've got all those goodies. Let's put that aside and see what comes on the device. So here we go. You know, opening looks just like the LG Revolution. The splash screen very similar. You can see I threw an AT&T SIM card in it, and it does. The European version does support AT&T's HSPA Plus band. So you can see I have HSPA Plus connectivity up there. It does have Android 2.2, like I said. And it's just noticeably, just by unlocking the screen, I can tell you, it's much faster than the LG Revolution. Now, the reason why, the Revolution has a single-core processor, this has a dual-core processor, so something to keep in mind. This one will be faster, and you can see how quickly it's scrolling up and scrolling down. It's pretty impressed with the speed. No lag that I can see thus far. So let's start with the browser. Take a look at the browser. Just do a quick page look up. You can see same keyboard as the Revolution. Again, this is running LG's custom user interface, so a lot of similarities here versus what we've already seen on the Revolution. So I will draw some comparisons to both of those. But while that's loading up, you can see notifications bar, a little different up here. You have a music shortcut where you can select your music, and the shortcut buttons above that are slightly different. It looks like you have mobile data here, GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and then sound on or sound off. So you have a front-facing camera there as well up top, which I missed on my initial run through. And then the buttons at the bottom exactly the same as on the LG Revolution. You've got that menu, home, back, and search. So this is a pretty nice device, and it feels good. I can't get over how much better it feels in the hand than the LG Revolution. It doesn't feel as cheap, and the page isn't even fully loaded yet, but you can see pinch to zoom is relatively fast. Now, out of the box in terms of applications, you get a bunch of 3D applications, 3D camera, gallery, games, apps, guide, space, and then a couple of games as well. Asphalt 6, Let's Golf 2, and Nova. Now, you won't be able to see this in the camera, if I recall. Yeah, as I say, the way it transitions into the camera. You won't be able to see the 3D content, but at least we can give you an idea as to what overall graphics look like on the Optimus 3D. So we'll go in here and load up Asphalt 6 so you can see. Wait for it to verify these files. But you can see that's what it looks like from the side. So relatively, you know, to be a 3D device, it feels good. It's very thin. I actually like the build quality of it better than the Evo 3D. Now, that, you know, obviously there's a lot of support behind Sense 3.0, and it's running Gingerbread out of the box. So it's got two good things going for it on the software front. But in terms of the hardware, I like the LG a little bit better, which is usually reverse with LG and HTC. I usually prefer HTC's hardware more, but a little bit different this time around. Verifying files. Wait for that to load up. It's taking its sweet, sweet time. But it is first time, in fairness, so wait for it to verify there. So I just want to show you how it looks. Okay, there we go. And wait for it to load up. Game Loft. And you know, again, you're not going to be able to see this in the camera, most likely, if I recall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't see it in the camera. But it is running at 3D right now. I'll touch that. And yeah, you definitely can't see it. But I mean, absolutely pretty cool. Let's do it. Absolutely pretty cool. That didn't make any sense, but pretty cool to see 3D on a game. We'll just do Mini Cooper. I don't know how this really works, but okay, there we go. I can scroll through some of the cars. I don't want to take too much time on this, but you can see the graphics are pretty decent for a dual-core processor. Now, to go back through the rest of the apps, you have typical LG stuff, or these LG customized icons that you can see with alarm clock, calendar. They're all different looking icons. But then you have LG's App Advisor, Application Manager, Finance, LG World, Remote Call, Software Update, Wireless Software Update, What's New, and then your downloads will all go down below that. So let's see, for example, we can come up here and take a look at LG World. Let's see what LG World is. Yeah, data charges may apply. Go to LG World and take a look at it. This is a nice device. I'm pretty impressed with how it feels. No, let's not update it. Let's wait for the review for that then. We'll come back and do that at a later point. But we'll just jump into messaging real quick, show you what it looks like. Exactly the same as on the LG Revolution, with a few minor changes like the paper clip over there. But overall, the keyboard very similar. It's LG's custom keyboard, and that's all it comes with. It doesn't come with swipe. I expect the AT&T version to come with swipe. just because it's more of a US thing than a European thing to have swipe, but you'll probably get the LG keyboard and then the LG custom user interface on it as well. But overall, you know, good looking device. It still has that same LG interface. It's not my favorite, I'll be completely honest with you, but the fact that it has a dual-core processor and it runs through it a little bit faster, it makes it more pleasant to use. Much more coverage on PhoneDog.com with the LG Optimus 3D, and overall just maybe some 3D content. You never know, might hit the site. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage, dogfights, reviews, first impressions, and more. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook rather, facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're giving away iPads, smartphones, and more as part of our Colossal iPad 2 and smartphone sweepstakes. And follow me on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at my personal page at facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Later!